meeting is to celebrate Rotary itself. The single most important thing that's happened to the club in its 50 years is probably the bike ride, because of what we have been able to do as a club to support so many organizations, so many events through the funding that's provided. And we have a few very VIPs that have joined us today, and they've got some stuff they'd like to say and brag about us as we celebrate this day.
I'm a Rotarian, the Greenville Daybreak Club, 7 a.m. It's not, I think you're a lot smarter than we are having it at noon, but I've been Rotarian for about 15 years. It means a lot to me. Rotary has such an impact all over the world. I have a proclamation here, and it's not too long for something generated by the legislature. But I'd like to read it because I think this is important. Whereas the Senate of the State of Texas is pleased to recognize the Mesquite Rotary Club on the occasion of its 50th anniversary, and whereas the Mesquite Rotary Club was organized soon after Rotary International held its convention in Dallas in 1958, and there was great interest in expanding Rotary in Texas. Whereas Dr. Sam Scotthorn conceived the idea of forming a club in Mesquite, and he shared that idea with another Rotarian, Briggs Todd, who had taken the lead in organizing the East Dallas Rotary Club a decade earlier. Many of the club's charter members were retailers working at the newly opened Big Town Shopping Center, and the club was known for many years as the Rotary Club of Mesquite Big Town. And so you're now part of the history of Texas, and should be, and I wish you well in the years to come. Thank you.
I experienced the benefit of the Rotary Club during my time in the legislature, and also as a resident of Mesquite. The rodeo bike event is just a tremendous event. I've had a lot of friends, neighbors attend that event, help with that event. It's really a signature event, and it's really just something that's become a signature event for Mesquite. So y'all deserve a whole lot of praise for that item. But everything you said I've already got in my proclamation, so like I said, a very rare event. I'm not going to stand up here saying a whole lot. Perry, you got the same thing from the house. Congratulations on your 50th anniversary. Thank you.
Whereas the club has met in several locations, including the Holiday Inn, Eastville College, and the Dallas Athletic Club, and whereas members work for the benefit of the Mesquite community through the 4 Rotary avenues of service, serving the needs of the club, the community, vocations, and the international community. And whereas the club has donated funds to support area organizations such as Mesquite Social Services, Meadowview School, Mission East Dallas Health Clinic, Mesquite Public Health Clinic, Mesquite Police and Fire Departments, Mesquite Public Library, Mesquite Youth Services, the Mesquite ISD Educational Foundation, eQuest, Mesquite Parks and Recreation, and there's more.
It's pretty cool. 50 years of service in the community, 14 years, is that right? Bike rides. There's 50 of us in the club, and we've raised $500,000, over $500,000. That's pretty cool. Of course, that's ridiculous. We're not all the same every year. It's not static. We change. A lot of club members come in and some of them leave. We hate it when it happens, except some of them are bike ride chairmen and they get chased out of town. And you haven't been chased out of town, and we're happy about that. We double dog dare you to do it again. We do want to take just a moment to recognize folks. You heard Briggs Todd's name mentioned a couple of times, and obviously one of the club founders. And though Briggs left us recently, he still has a son in the club. John?
And to keep it going is what we need to do. I don't have anything else to say with that.
At one of the balloon festivals, we sold funnel cakes. Mostly we sweat. Everybody sweats there.
We sold Frito pies and chili down on the square by the bank.
All right.
For a rodeo parade.
For a rodeo parade? It's not an easy thing to put on, but that is very much what Rotary does. Rotary doesn't have to do it all themselves. They just have to generate the idea and the energy, and that's what this club has done year in, year out. And not just the bike ride event, everything that we've been able to be a part of, the things that we have supported in the community are unequaled by any other group in the community, what they've been able to do over a 50-year period. So you should all feel very, very proud. I know the point is, this year, in this economy, it almost did as well. And everybody said, you're not going to do it this year. And we almost did it anyway. It was stupendous. And to do this in the year 2010 is unheard. Nobody's heard of doing anything like that. Everybody's events are down, sponsorships are down everywhere across the board. I'm not talking about just Dallas or Mesquite. I'm not talking about just Texas. It's the nation, and we pulled it off. So we should all be very, very proud. Gentleman Wayne.
I think we ought to give Steve Whitworth a standing ovation. All right.
It's all right with me. It's all right with me this every year, Steve.
Started riding bicycles back in the early 90s and decided I wanted to do a bike rally, and heard about a Rotary Club in Rockwall that had an event called the Hot Rocks. So I did my first bike rally in 1994 and absolutely loved the entire experience, and talked to some of the fellow Rotarians in Rockwall, and this was their primary fundraiser. They talked about how much money they were making off of the event and what they were able to do with that money, and so I kind of thought, I bet you this was something we could do in Mesquite. And with the help of the Mesquite Service League, and we combined together and produced the Mesquite Rodeo bike ride in 1995. I think we netted about $25,000, so our two clubs were able to split a little over $12,000 apiece, which was a lot of money for the Mesquite Rotary Club, and we were able to do a lot of really great things with that money. I think we had a total of roughly 600 riders come in the first year, and that was the beginning of what is now an incredible event. Of course, the bike ride has evolved over the years, and because of the efforts of the Mesquite Rotary Club, which now solely produce the event, it's become one of the premier cycling events in southeastern United States, and it's raised in the years we've had it probably a little over $500,000. So the people that we've been able to benefit with these funds has made this event worth every minute that we put into it. So that's kind of the history from my perspective. It just turned out to be a great event.
Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
Fourth,
Beneficial to all concerned. Lynn?
you bet.
All right. Once again, thank you.